Good morning and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Kelly Kennedy.
I'm Anthony McFarland.
Seniors, the deadline to purchase tickets for the Sober Grad Night cruise have been extended. Check out RHS Sober Grad Night 25 on Instagram for information on how to purchase tickets.
Recently, the Roseville High School pool heater broke down and is unable to be fixed. This had an effect on various teams and classes. We go to Luke Teal with more.
This past week, the pool's water heater is permanently broken down after years of keeping the pool heated. According to swim coach Paul Stewart, the heater's collapse is most likely from age.
The pool lost its heat about last week. Monday we come back and it's like 72 degrees. The covers were off because of the high winds, but the heater had been holding it at 80, so no problem. But then I checked it early Monday morning and we completely lost it. So I thought, okay, no problem. Let's get the covers back on. Let's check it. Well, we never gained the heat back. Kind of like Eric Hart talked about last week. We're an older school. So things are they kind of fall apart, and we've got a new pool coming soon. So they don't want to put any money into this heater, and it's rotted out. The fire's coming out the side. It's a fire hazard.
According to swim captains Jackson Polson and Jacqueline Klauser, the inability to practice in the pool will be detrimental for the swim team, especially for the newest members of the team.
It's not great. I mean, it's going to definitely impact swim. We're not going to have a pool to swim in for the rest of the season. Right now, we're looking at another pool to go to. That's probably going to be Antelope, but that's 20 minutes away, and I don't really want to drive that far. It sucks for all the new swimmers because it's their first year and they have no pool to swim at, so it's just not great.
It's really annoying and frustrating because we've already missed a lot of practices this week because it hasn't been heating up the pool. We have a lot of meets coming up, and not being able to practice is going to affect our performance a lot. The pool's old. We're getting an update soon, but it won't be here for my senior year, which is kind of annoying.
Stewart is unsure about how the swim team will continue their season, but is doing everything he can to keep the team in shape and ready to compete.
We're done. We can't do anything about it, and we're not going to fix it. We're not going to put the money in when they're giving us a new pool next year. So I'm hustling around. Today the kids will be running. Tomorrow we'll be in the weight room, and now we're calling Granite Bay, we're calling West Park, we're calling other schools to see if we can borrow their pool. So we're working hard to find a spot for these kids to swim because they signed up for swimming, not for running, not for lifting or what have you. I know those things help, but it's been kind of tough for the 50 kids that have been waiting to get back in the pool.
Thanks, Luke.
Now we go to Kylie Sherson with sports.
Good morning and welcome to this Friday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Kylie Sherson. There was a lot of game action this week, so let's get right into it. Starting with boys tennis, the team went 2-0, beating Nevada Union 5-4 and 12 Bridges 9-0. The team is 10-1 overall and are undefeated in league with a record of 5-0. Next with baseball, the team also went 2-0 this week, beating Placer 3-0 on Monday thanks to 2 RBIs from senior Cyrus Young as well as 9 strikeouts and 6 shutdown innings from junior Tyler Ritter. The Tigers also beat Placer on Wednesday 7-6 thanks to 5 different players having at least 1 RBI, including senior John Vicente, who had a home run. The Tigers' record moves to 2-3 in league. Staying on the diamond, softball had 1 game this week, losing to Yuba City 4-0. The Tigers' record now moves to 0-1 in league. Moving over to Hanson Field, boys lacrosse followed the 2 games trend this week, going 1-1, beating Nevada Union 15-14 and losing 7-9 to Oakmont. The girls had 1 game this week, losing to Bella Vista 13-1. The boys' league record moves to 3-2, and the girls moves to 2-4. Finally, boys golf went 0-2 this week, losing to Nevada Union and 12 Bridges. The team is now 4-2 in league. Now let's go to the game action for tonight. Track and field is at Dublin, baseball is at Placer, and lastly, softball is also at Placer. That's all in your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. Isla Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Kylie. Last Thursday, Season 3 of The Wheel of Time premiered, and this is the perfect excuse for me to talk about one of my favorite book series. The show is adapted from the book series Wheel of Time to mixed reviews. Some fans loved the reimagining, and others had issues with plot and pacing changes. The Wheel of Time series was written by the late Robert Jordan, later finished by Brandon Sanderson after his passing, and it defined an era of epic fantasy in publishing. The story was a classic farm boy journeys to face the Dark Lord, but everything about it was fresh. The book series was originally planned to be 3 books long. However, it actually finished with 15 books, each a monstrosity of pages in its own right. Personally, I think this series is well worth the read. Next up, a doomed movie may finally see the light of day. Coyote vs. Acme was a movie about Wile E. Coyote suing Acme for giving him faulty products, and personally, I loved this concept. It was in the Space Jam or Who Framed Roger Rabbit style with the tunes in the real world. Personally, this had me actually really excited to watch this movie, and it was already fully finished. And then I found out it would never see the light of day because Warner Brothers would rather keep the failed movie as a tax write-off. I'm not an accountant, so there's probably more to this, but either way, I'm kind of pissed, and so were plenty of others. But I gave up on the movie. Then yesterday, I heard the news. Coyote vs. Acme is to be acquired by Ketchup Entertainment, who I'd never heard of until they released a different Looney Tunes movie just last week, The Day the Earth Blew Up. Should the deal go through, the film would release sometime next year. Where they got the $50 million to buy Coyote vs. Acme, nobody knows, but I'm sure glad they did. I'm Joseph Tillman, and let's go back to news.
Thanks, Joseph.
This past week, the Law and Justice classes were visited by a forensic psychologist, Sharon Howard.
My career as a forensic psychologist and the different types of cases that I work on. And then I had brought in a very outdated IQ test with some outdated IQ parts of the test, and they got to put together the puzzles and see what it looks like. I want students to know that people who work in the justice system come from all kinds of backgrounds. It's not just law enforcement and social workers and attorneys. The juvenile and the adult systems, people are coming from many different backgrounds, and their skill set is needed in those settings.
A student at Roseville High School is looking to expand her nail cosmetology business. We go to Mackenzie Trejo with more.
Roseville sophomore Andrea Tejas has a passion for doing nails. She now has a plan to turn her hobby into a business.
What led me to start doing nails was because my whole family does nails, or my whole family gets nails done, and so I just had to lead it on and do my family's nails.
When she was young, her mother would often take her to the nail salon or come home with different nail sets, and that's where she's gained her inspiration. She wanted to start doing nails for her family and is now trying to expand it to other clients.
Yeah, I have an Instagram account called Nails by Rhea. A favorite nail set I've done is probably my most recent one. It was a black and gold set, but I'm planning to do more like detailed sets. And for my family, I charge $20, but my goal is to start to do other people's nails, and I would probably charge $30 for people.
Tejas is looking to start student clients soon, such as sophomore Christiana Trejo. According to Trejo, she is excited to help support her friend's business.
What I think of Ray's Instagram account, honestly, I think it looks really professional. I think it's really cute, and the sets she's done so far is actually really cool. Right now, I don't know if she's taking clients, but as soon as I'm able to, I'd be really happy to get my nails done by her.
Tejas plans to use the money she earns to improve her supplies and grow her business, hoping to eventually move into a studio.
I think it might take a little while because since I haven't got a full job yet, but once I do, I'm trying to. But the first purchase I'm going to make will be an actual nail desk, because that's the main reason why I haven't been taking clients, is because I don't have a desk to work on. But yeah, that'll probably be the first investment I make. But yeah.
Thanks, Mackenzie.
And that's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on at eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.